Hi, I'm Random Asterisk. Welcome to episode 24 of my new series where I review every MCU installment and share my opinions on them. Today, I will be reviewing Black Widow, 2021. If you have not watched Black Widow, I suggest that you watch it before watching this video, because this video will contain major spoilers for the movie. Before we begin, please like and subscribe to my channel for more reviews. Also, please consider supporting me on Patreon, and get exclusive benefits for the price of $1. Do also watch my video on Taskmaster if you haven't already, as I go into detail about what went wrong with one of Marvel's most popular villains. Now, let's get started. Black Widow is the first movie made by Marvel Studios in 2 years, and it was delayed again and again because of the pandemic. When it was finally released, many fans thought it was quite a letdown. Black Widow undoubtedly has many flaws, and it is one of the mid-tier installments in the MCU in my opinion. One of the things I like about the movie is the acting. The characters in the movie play their roles perfectly, especially Florence Pugh as Yelena, or David Harbour as the Red Guardian. However, the acting is not enough to get the audience to be attached to the characters, which I will explain more about later in the video. The action sequences were awesome, especially the ones with Taskmaster. I wish they could have added or extended some fight sequences, however I have already touched on this a little in my video on Taskmaster, so don't forget to check that out. The music is okay for an action or spy movie, however it is not memorable at all in my opinion, and I still have not found a distinct theme for the movie. The opening credits are arguably one of the best in the MCU, and it gave the audience the impression that the movie was going to be a very dark and possibly disturbing one, however I do not think we got that kind of movie. It does, however, give some exposition to the backstory of Black Widow in an excellent montage of clips. However, I do think that it could have been touched on a little more. What I do not like about the movie is the editing and pacing. The editing is choppy in some areas, especially the flashbacks. The pacing is extremely fast and sudden, so the audience is treated to one fight scene after another without giving them enough exposition, which then causes the movie to slow down a lot just to explain what is going on. I have mentioned before that the acting was not enough to get the audience to be attached to the characters, and that is why I felt that some of the emotional scenes felt very forced, and to be honest, I didn't really have much feelings while watching the movie. The movie is enjoyable, but it does not let you have any emotion, except for the post-credit scene, of course. The movie also did not really feel like a farewell to Black Widow, but rather more of an introductory one for her replacement, as Yelena feels spotlighted throughout the movie, which shuns Natasha to one side. The movie is also not very logical, as Natasha should have died a lot of times in the movie, yet somehow manages to survive. I have heard many people saying that the final battle was a CGI mess, however I don't really agree. I think the CGI was quite okay. In fact, the CGI was better than I expected. At least it wasn't like the final battle of Black Panther, because that really was a CGI mess. The marketing strategy for Black Widow is also quite flawed. To deceive the fans into thinking Taskmaster would be the main antagonist, they did not make an individual poster for Dreykov, which was a bad move in my opinion. Also, Marvel Studios has kept releasing almost daily trailers for Black Widow as a reminder to fans that the movie still exists. Also, I feel that this movie should have been released earlier, possibly after Captain America, the Winter Soldier or after Civil War, as that would have been the most appropriate because of the popularity of Black Widow at that time. Releasing the movie after Natasha met her end in Endgame just made the film seem unnecessary to me. This movie really was too little, too late. Overall, I think Black Widow was a film that we should have gotten earlier, a movie that exists mostly for the comeback of the MCU after the pandemic and which could have done better. It does entertain the audience, but does not give much sense of emotion. I feel that it is a fun but entirely skippable movie. For this movie, I will rate it 7.5 out of 10. Please like and subscribe to my channel and don't forget to suggest what I should review next. Don't forget to watch my video on Taskmaster, and my other MCU movie reviews. Also, please support me on Patreon, and get early access to videos and bonus content for just $1. Before I go, I have an important announcement to make. My upcoming Iron Man 2 movie review will be a collab with Weekly Memes, a channel which makes meme compilations every week. I suggest you check out his channel, which I will leave a link to in the description below. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.